So, this is my car. Just picked this up Friday night last week because my old car died on me. I'm thinking of 2019. It's a newer car. What could be wrong? Well, bumper wasn't fitting right. I just take it off right now. Sure enough, missing a tab. So I figured, let's film it. I'm going to repair it just like this. We're going to put it back on the car. Same thing with the other side, a couple more on the other side. Fun times. I'll show you guys how to do it on your own cars if you get a tab torn without having to paint. Just got to be very careful. First things first, we start by lightly applying tape. When I say lightly, I mean very lightly. We don't want it to stick horribly, but we want it to stick enough to protect. Anybody that's in this auto industry knows what I'm talking about. A lot of times something you can do too is you can take the tape, you can stick it on your clothes a little bit too. All this is doing is just a barrier to stop the heat from damaging the paint out here. So let's make sure, get this on there. Now, the reason why I stuck it on there and I was trying to stick it to my shirt is it takes a little bit of the super stickiness out of it, so when we peel off we don't peel any paint from like the rough edges. Don't want to do that. Severely trying to avoid that. Next we're gonna prep it. I have my Dremel tool. This thing's really cool. That's how I do all the fine-tuned sanding. This is really important. Make sure you strip all the paint off. A lot of people would just strip like the base off or the top coat off. You got to get it all down to the base material. And even if you take some extra off, remember we're adding plastic to the area, so even if you take some off, it's okay. It actually will work out in the long run. What I've learned about this job is you just have to go for it. Can't be worried about messing up. If you mess up, you fix it. Pretty simple. Now I'm going to sand on the back side too. So whenever we do welding, we do front and back, not just one side. We don't want to leave a weak point in it. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to support our weld zone, because what are we doing? We're taking the plastic to a melting temperature, right? Which means it's no longer going to really be able to hold its shape. It's naturally going to want to deform. So what I have here is I just have a little stir stick, wrap some metal tape in it, works fantastic. Got some alligator clips here. Just gonna clip one down here to the tab, and then I'm gonna clip one behind it over here. Doesn't have to be perfect. This is just to support the area, right? Because it's not gonna be able to hold its shape when we start melting. Next we get our torch, and now we want to make sure we avoid that way. We want to try to keep our heat source flowing up this way away from any severely painted surfaces. So we're going to do this on my offhand. Or try it at least. There it goes. Try to be wary of your surroundings when you're... Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun. So not used to using my left hand. So not used to using it. Let's see if we can get this here though. What I'm doing right now is I'm just getting plastic down there, guys. I'm just playing with it, honestly. Just trying to get my material down there. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. In this case, me welding left-handed, need more practice. Right-handed now. I know it looks like completely I messed up right now. And that plastic, they're like, no way. That's not gonna hold on tab. Don't count me out yet. Big for this sort of thing. Really bad ADD, and I don't like using the heat gun to heat up, or I don't like waiting for a machine to heat up. So my choice is to go caveman style, fire on a piece of metal, and then shape. But it's fine because that means if it's hot enough, which doesn't last for long. As long as it's hot enough, you get good fusion. So the key I've learned to actual fusion is actually having the right temperature. That's a tough one too, because it's hard to say what's right and what's wrong. Well, the real only answer to it is going to be if it sticks or not. And that's why we test things. I sometimes cringe when I test my own repairs, because man, did I get it hot enough? Did I get enough material there? Did it bite hard enough to the base material? You know, there's a lot of questions that come up, right? But if you don't test it, you're not doing your job right. You're not making sure it's safe. So I'm big on safety. Don't breathe this stuff in. I'm literally sitting below it at awkward angles, so I don't breathe it in. I breathe fresh air in. Still should be using the respirator. Possible to do videos if I did though. So I try to contort my body to avoid breathing in bad stuff. Alright, you see it shaping out now? So it doesn't really matter what you first start out with. It just matters how it looks at the end. Alright, now I'll just go through and I'll do a quick weld on the back side of that. When I'm done here, do a little Dremel work to polish that off. That's it, it's fixing the tabs. I'll do a video doing the other side. Tune in for that.